Good day, everyone. I am Christel Labrador, first year student of Far Eastern University, taking Bachelor of Arts in Communication under the track of Convergent Media. Cancer statistics among the leading causes of morbidity and mortality worldwide, with approximately 14 million new cases and 8.2 million cancer-related deaths in 2012, according to World Health Organization. More than 60% of world's total new annual cases occur in Africa, Asia, Central, and South America. These regions account for 70% of the world's cancer deaths, according again to World Health Organization. It is expected that the annual cancer cases will rise from 14 million in 2012 to 22 within the next 2 decades. That is again according to World Health Organization. It is expected that the annual cancer cases will rise from 14 million in 2012 to 22 within the next 2 decades, according to World Health Organization. Cancer is one of the 4 epidemic non-communicable disease, or NCD, or lifestyle-related disease, LRDs, which include cardiovascular diseases, diabetes, mellitus, and chronic respiratory diseases. According to Dr. Antonio Miguel Danz, in his paper entitled Introduction to Non-Communicable Disease in August 2014, the NCDs are now considered a silent disaster of massive proportion and is ravaging the Filipino population, killing 300,000 victims a year, 800 every day, and 33 every hour. It is now well established that advances in cancer diagnosis and treatment have now long made terminal survival and cure a reality for many children with this disease. This is particularly true in developed countries where survival rates for children with cancer reach as high as 80% to 90%. Unfortunately, in developing countries where majority of childhood cancer are being diagnosed, less than 20% of those children survive. In the Philippines, 75% of all cancers occur after the 50 years of age, and only about 3% occur at the age of 14. If the current low public awareness on cancer prevention persists, it is estimated that for every 1,800 Filipinos, one will develop cancer annually. Cancer now ranks 3rd as the leading cause of morbidity and mortality in the country, and after communicable diseases and cardiovascular diseases. At present, most Filipino cancer patients seek medical advice only when symptomatic or advanced stages of their cancers. For every 2 new cancer sites diagnosed annually, 1 will die within the year.
But that's only the statistics from the year 2012. Having the 7-year gap, we can either imagine that the rate lessened or heightened.
The country is densely populated and the average life expectancy of its population is 68 years. Children under 15 account for 36% of the population. Child mortality is moderately high, and a relatively high proportion of younger children are under the recommended weight standards. Growing up, I had been so complaintive of my environment, and particularly to my health. I grew up being deprived of the foods I am craving for. I grew up meeting different doctors in dermatology, referral after referral. I grew up taking more medicines and antibiotics instead of vitamins. And yes, I am admitting, I am such a little whiny kid. However, my mom, who witnessed all of my sufferings, all the syringes that was injected to me, all bitter antibiotics I have always been scared of, my mom did not miss to remind me. She managed to remind me every chance she would have. Be thankful that I'm still alive. To be blessed that they can afford the hospital bills and needed medications. Those were my mom's scripted litanies. But mind you, I am not from a well-off family. We live from paycheck to paycheck. Blood and sweat of my parents had nurtured me. If I was scared from pain, from syringes, my parents are even more terrified. Terrified that one day, I am not in their arms anymore. That I was no longer breathing. If this is an unusual scenario for most of the family, I would say consider yourself blessed. But this is not the case of the 36% of the children's population diagnosed of cancer. They are frightened, horrified, and traumatized, but it fascinated me that the children who are cancer patients has the most genuine smile. Just recently in January, I volunteered to be a host at an event of alumni here. The project is known for its name, Project Pinta, in Tagalog, to paint. The founder of an event is a fan of art, and his ways of sharing his blessings is by conducting an event for the children to paint. Ask them what they want and have it printed, and then they can have it. This little kid caught my attention. She was silent. Her face were masked, her frail body and her bald head. As I sat near her, wanting to entertain and know her thoughts, she is surprisingly a jolly girl. She told me she does not know how to draw, more so to paint, and then I offered help. I asked her what are the things she wanted to have. She told me she wants to have a phone. The one with plenty of games, she said, as her eyes smiled. But more than that, she told me she wants a phone to keep in touch with her siblings because she and her mom are forced to live at Bahay Pag-asa to sustain her needs. At that very moment, I realized I have been so blessed. Yes, I might have rough childhood experiences, but theirs are beyond that. It was as if cancer stole her childhood days. She could have been playing like the usual kids, but then she needs to take care of her welfare. I, Christel, as an advocate of cancer patients who wishes to raise public awareness about cancer issues, to provide support to cancer patients, to raise money for cancer research, to address the cause of cancer, but mainly to make the cancer patients feel that their fight for cancer is also a battle for the advocate people. Thus, I would call my advocacy I for we. I will make sure that my advocacy will not go into waste. First, I will raise public awareness about cancer issues. A lot of people are actually misinformed how cancer is being developed into one system. Some people are actually insensitive that they would rather be isolated in a place without traces of cancer patients. They are afraid to catch the disease as well, but that's not awareness. And recently, there are thoughtless Filipino memes that has been going around in the internet for quite a while now. Cancer ka kasi, you're a cancer. Not knowing that this phrase can actually make the cancer patients uncomfortable. To raise public awareness is to conduct a seminar or any teaching engagement on cancer issues. The seminar would discuss how cancer is attained, the symptoms, how it can be prevented, the medication, and such. This talk would live to its motto that prevention is better than cure. Second, I will provide support to cancer patients, especially in terms of finance. I would ask donations from multiple big and small charity events to provide the financial needs of the cancer carriers. Not only that, a referral of cancer centers would be anticipated, especially from the people who came from provinces. They are not familiar in Manila, that's why it is difficult where to ask help. I would also encourage the family of the patients to put up a business to at least support their basic needs. And of course, the capital of the business would come from the Advocates Fund. Supporting them financially is not enough. I also intend to give support emotionally because as a kid, I value my hair so much and having them experience to lose their hair gradually is disheartening. So I would continue to establish the existing hair donor advocacy as well. Non-cancer patients would fill up personal information that will be passed and to be reviewed by other advocates as well. The hair should be 12 inches long for it to be donated. The donated hair will be transformed into a wig. Third, I will raise funds for cancer research. Of course, I cannot do this alone, but as a team, crowdfunding campaign will be present, whether in the means of online or an actual fundraising coming from big companies who are willing to help. Cancer research is a very expensive and costly research, but once it is established well, it would do good. Cancer research is the beginning of preventing cancer, and hopefully, a cure of all kinds of cancer will be discovered. Lastly, I will make them feel that their fight for cancer is also a battle of the advocate people and the public. Having someone who got your back is a very heartwarming feeling. Hearing people say, "You are such a brave fighter," is blissful to them. I for we, because we stand behind you. Through our unwavering support, we are letting the cancer patients know that there are such advocacies established, inspired by their situations. And so, do not give up the fight. Be brave till the very last fight. Yes, it might be painful, but sure it will all be worth it. Now, I am asking the public to join the advocacy as well. Wage your support because I for we will stand just behind you.